about Let's Learn Pléiades HC, the place to be to develop your skills and grow your potential. So today I want to give you more tips on a topic I get a lot of questions on, which is networking. So how do you use networking to get to your next career step, etc., etc. So the first tip is really to integrate yourself in the culture where you are right now, wherever it is in the world, by the way. But more specifically in Switzerland, if you're in the French part, Italian part, or the German, Swiss German part, make sure that you take a class to learn the language. This is going to be very important to integrate yourself and also show the locals that you're willing to learn the local language. So even if you do find a job that's only English speaking, it will really show to the recruiter, it will send the right message that you're really, really motivated to integrate yourself. So learning the language is the first thing. You also need to understand the local habits. So look at where locals go and what type of activities they enjoy. In Switzerland, usually skiing is a big activity, also backpacking and nature and all those things. So one way to facilitate or to ease your integration is to join a group in one of those activities. So of course you don't have to join everything, but at least pick one that you're interested in. More than likely, if you move to Switzerland, you are interested in the lifestyle and you enjoy those things. So it would make sense to actually try to go at least once in a while to a local event around the local culture and interests. So again, that's one way to integrate yourself and also have some opportunities to network with locals. Because if you want to understand, and I say this in my videos and my written materials, if you want to understand the local culture, you need to be part of groups. You need to hear what people are saying, and this is not something that's written anywhere. So you have the visible activity going on in the market, and you have the invisible activity. This is just basically people talking within themselves, and you're not even aware of what's going on. So joining a group based on interest, in my view, is the best way to get quality networking, because you would connect with people that would have similar issues. So for example, if you're an expat, there's a lot of groups for women and for men around specific interests. It's a good way to start somewhere. And it's quite easier to start with people that are also expats, also new in Switzerland, for example, than it would be to go straight to the locals that will speak Swiss German or French very fast and you don't understand what's going on. So it's one way to get started. So what you want to do is really, again, I repeat myself, understand the local language, understand the local culture, and join one group to begin with where you can start, basically. So the second thing is to use networking as your daily habit. So it's not something that you're going to get a lot of results from if you only do it once you lose your job or once you arrive in Switzerland and you need to find something quickly. So it's not the type of thing where just like a job board, you apply, you get an answer, and maybe you get an interview. With networking, you're looking at it more the long run. So you don't necessarily have expectations, but as I said again before, you go there to meet people, and then based on interest, based on similar like-mindedness, maybe something will come out of it, and maybe it's very different than what you expected. So the great thing about networking is that it's a great way, also if you're soul searching and not sure which career you want to do, it's a great way to get some feedback. So when you meet individuals, they will also help you position yourself in the right arena so that you can be more visible in the right place and get where you want to go. So I use networking as part of my coaching for individuals to understand a little bit more about their project, because sometimes we have a project but it's not really doable. So a lot of people dream big and they want to do things, but when it comes down to the local potential of making it happen is a different story. So sometimes talking to individuals that are different than you can give you tips also that will put your project back in the real world, as I call it. So I think that's the best way. So I suggest that you meet people at least once a week. So for example, if you're not very comfortable, I will do a video on self-esteem because I think it's the base of everything in life. But if you're not sure, you're not comfortable, the best way is to start with once a week. So you put it in your agenda, you meet people once a week. Then when you get a little more comfortable, you can increase to 2-3 times. And it's a numbers game after that. So the more people you meet, the more potential meetings you will have, and the more interviews you will have later. So, you know, if you think about once a week, you meet 3 people times 4 in a month, that's 12 contacts. So that's my advice to increase the numbers. Basically, is you have to start, and you have to start with once a week is a good idea. So I will link below some of the places, because then you're going to say, well, where, you know, where do I do this? So some of the places can be online, and they can be also offline. I will link up below some arenas where you can register a profile or get started to see a little bit what's happening. And the third thing would be, my recommendation is to start your own group. So if you're in a city in Switzerland where there's not much going on that's actually happening, you can also create it. So you can say, okay, I'm new in Switzerland, I'm in a small town somewhere, there's not much going on, not many companies, not many groups actually already active. I can create my own group, which let's say would be, I don't know, New Zealander in Switzerland or something, if you're from New Zealand. I don't know what you call your group, but you can start it and start getting some people that are like you that may not know of you in the area, and you can start getting like this people around a common theme. So that's how you build a network. That's through a common interest. You want to do similar things with people, and then it will grow from there. So don't be so worried about, oh, there's not much going on in my city or in my town. You can create that. And of course, this is a short video, so I can detail, you know, exactly how to go through the step-by-step on how to create a group. But if you're more interested in that, post below, and I can create a video to explain to you how to build a group from scratch. So that's it, to give you the main information on networking and how to hack networking to get some growth. Comment below, ring the bell if you want to get my video every Monday, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks.